Imagine a world teetering on the brink of divine transformation. A decision so profound it would shake the very foundations of creation. In His infinite wisdom, God chose to spare only a small remnant of His creation from impending destruction. When God revealed His plan to Noah to destroy the world with a flood, He declared, "I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them." Genesis 6 verse 7. Yet, it's intriguing to note that fish and other marine life were not included in this decree. Genesis 6:17 clarified, "I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish." The key phrase here is "on earth." The floodwaters would overwhelm all life on dry land. Aquatic creatures, naturally suited to their marine environment, unaffected. After all, how could water drown those already living in it? Further, in Genesis 6:19-21, God instructs Noah, "You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground, come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten, and store it away as food for you and for them." These instructions clearly indicate that only land animals and birds required rescue aboard the ark, as marine life was naturally shielded from the deluge. When the flood finally came, as described in Genesis 7:20-23, the waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished: birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals, and the creatures that move along the ground, and the birds, were wiped from the earth. Only Noah and those with him in the ark survived. After the flood, in Genesis 8:1, a touching moment unfolds. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark. Notably, the text does not specifically mention fish or marine creatures, perhaps because these were not destroyed and thus did not need the same remembrance. What can we learn from this? The Hebrew worldview offers a fascinating perspective on how animal life was categorized. In Genesis 1:21, on the 5th day of creation, we read, "Though God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good." Here, God creates both marine life and birds. On the 6th day, according to Genesis 1:24, God creates land animals. The ancient Hebrews divided animal life into 3 categories: marine life, flying animals, and land animals. Only the latter 2 categories needed rescue on the ark, as marine life was secure in its natural habitat. Another distinction in the narrative is between clean and unclean animals. In Genesis 7:2-3, God instructs Noah to take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female. Keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. Noah brought more clean animals than unclean ones, reflecting their future importance for sacrifices and consumption. In Leviticus 11, God establishes clear distinctions between clean and unclean animals. These criteria were not just dietary, but also identified animals suitable for worship and sacrifice among the Israelites. Clean land animals included those with split hooves and that chewed the cud, such as sheep, goats, deer, and cattle. In the aquatic realm, clean seafood had scales and fins, like cod, grouper, and bluegill. Certain birds, such as doves, chickens, and ducks, were also classified as clean. Even some insects, like locusts and grasshoppers, were considered permissible. Conversely, unclean animals included those that did not ruminate or lacked split hooves, like pigs, dogs, cats, horses, donkeys, and rats. Sea creatures without fins or scales, such as shellfish, lobsters, oysters, and catfish, were also deemed impure. Additionally, certain birds and all reptiles and amphibians were classified as unclean. While in the New Testament, dietary restrictions are no longer the basis for judgment, Colossians 2:16, modern nutritionists acknowledge the practical benefits of the Old Testament guidelines for maintaining a healthy diet in ancient time. God's distinctions between clean and unclean animals served not only dietary purposes, but also as a constant reminder to Israel of their distinctiveness and dedication to the one true God. In Genesis 7, the reference to clean animals would have been understood as those suitable for consumption and sacrifice, underscoring their significance even before the Mosaic Law. Noah's Ark not only preserved life during the flood, but also symbolized God's sovereignty and precise plan for salvation. The miraculous gathering of animals into the ark, as commanded by God, Genesis 7 verse 9, demonstrated divine control and foresight. Now let's consider the Nephilim, a story as mysterious as it is intriguing. These beings are mentioned in Genesis 6, 1-4, where the interaction between fallen angels and humans continues to spark fascination and speculation. Genesis 6, 1-4 describes how the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. This passage describes the union between the sons of God and the daughters of men, resulting in descendants known as the Nephilim, or fallen ones. These beings were noted for their size and strength, remarkable both before and after the flood. Potentially demonic aspect of their history made them powerful and infamous figures in antiquity. Though the initial narrative in Genesis 6, 1-4 does not explicitly mention angelic or demonic involvement, other biblical passages such as Job provide additional context on the nature of these beings. Job 38, 4-7 refers to the morning stars, often interpreted as angels. This passage suggests that the sons of God mentioned in Genesis 6 are also angels. The Nephilim, these mysterious mighty men of old, appear at a crucial moment in the biblical narrative. They are mentioned as being on the earth in those days and also afterward, indicating their persistence through the ages. Their true origin and nature remain shrouded in mystery. We know they resulted from the union between angels and humans, but the details of this union and its full impact are subjects of ongoing theological debate. What is clear is that the Nephilim represent a significant chapter in human history, in God's plan for creation. Their mention in Genesis 6, alongside the marriage between the sons of God and the daughters of men, raises intriguing questions about these powerful and renowned figures, seemingly the result of an unusual union between spiritual beings and humans. Jude 6 offers further insight by describing angels who disobeyed and left their position of authority, aligning with the narrative of Genesis 6, 1-4, about angels who left heaven to dwell on earth. The traditional view suggests that the sons of God mated with human women, giving birth to the Nephilim. Though this may seem strange to modern ears, the Bible often presents truths that surpass fiction. The story of the Nephilim serves as a powerful reminder of the complex and mysterious world God created. These beings, known as sons of God or angels, were driven by desire when they saw the daughters of men, resulting in offspring that were half angelic, half human. The Bible does not provide a clear reason for the angels' behavior, but it can be inferred that these sons of God were evil and distorted. One theory suggests that these angels sought to corrupt the human lineage to prevent the coming of the Messiah, as promised in Genesis 3:15, where God foretold that the Messiah would crush the serpent's, Satan's head. Lesson from the story: the resilience of forgotten beauty and the power of renewal. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the quiet corners and forgotten places around us. These overlooked spaces often hold hidden beauty and untapped potential. The story of the neglected garden and its revival serves as a profound lesson about resilience, renewal, and the impact of dedicated. By examining this narrative closely, we uncover important insights applicable to our personal lives, communities, and the world at large. 1. Embracing the forgotten. The garden's initial state of neglect symbolizes many aspects of our lives and surroundings that we may inadvertently disregard. Just as the garden was forgotten behind rusty gates and overgrown vines, so too can people, places, and even parts of ourselves become neglected over time. In personal terms, we may neglect our well-being, relationships, or passions. Communities might overlook underdeveloped areas or social issues that need attention. Emily's discovery of the garden highlights the importance of recognizing and valuing these forgotten aspects. Her curiosity and openness allowed her to see beyond the garden's current state and envision its potential. This reflects a crucial aspect of personal growth and community development, acknowledging and addressing neglected areas, whether they be personal aspirations, community needs, or environmental concerns. 2. The power of care and dedication. Emily's commitment to restoring the garden teaches us about the power of care and dedication. She didn't simply see the garden as it was, she envisioned what it could become. Her efforts, clearing weeds, uncovering statues, and repairing the fountain, demonstrate how consistent, thoughtful work can revive and transform even the most neglected spaces. This principle is applicable in many areas of life. In personal growth, dedicated effort toward self-improvement and addressing unresolved issues can lead to profound transformation. In community service, persistent work on neglected issues, whether it's helping those in need or improving local infrastructure, can lead to significant positive changes. 3. The role of community. The story also highlights the importance of community involvement in the process of renewal. Emily's decision to enlist the help of her neighbors and friends in restoring the garden illustrates how collective effort can achieve what might be impossible alone. By working together, individuals can pool their resources, skills, and enthusiasm, create something greater than what they could individually. This lesson is vital for community building and problem solving. Whether it's addressing local social issues, undertaking community projects, or supporting collective goals, collaboration amplifies impact and fosters a sense of shared responsibility. The garden's revival was not just Emily's achievement, but a testament to the power of communal resilience in the face of adversity. The storm that threatened the garden's renewal is a metaphor for the challenges and setbacks we face in our lives. Despite the harsh conditions, the garden stood resilient, reflecting nature's capacity to endure and recover. Emily's response to the storm, her admiration for the garden's resilience, serves as a reminder of the strength we can draw from facing adversity. In our own lives, setbacks and difficulty are inevitable. However, like the garden, we have the capacity to endure and overcome challenges. Key is to maintain faith in the process of renewal and resilience. Each challenge, while daunting, offers an opportunity for growth and transformation. 5. Finding fulfillment and purpose. As Emily grew older, the garden became a symbol of her life's work and legacy. Her fulfillment and connection to the garden highlight a profound truth. True satisfaction often comes from dedicating ourselves to meaningful endeavors. The garden, once a forgotten place, became a vibrant community hub and a source of joy for many, thanks to Emily's commitment. This underscores the importance of finding and pursuing our passions and dedicating ourselves to causes that resonate deeply with us. Whether it's through personal hobbies, professional goals, or community involvement, investing our time and energy in meaningful pursuits can lead to a sense of purpose and fulfillment. 6. The beauty of revival and continuity. Garden's transformation from neglect to a thriving space reflects the beauty of revival and continuity. Its journey from being forgotten to becoming a cherished place represents the cyclical nature of renewal. This idea of renewal, whether in personal lives, relationships, or communities, emphasizes that the process of rejuvenation is ongoing. The lesson here is that change and renewal are continuous processes. Just as the garden flourished and then withstood a storm, we too must recognize that growth is an ongoing journey. Embracing this perspective encourages us to stay committed to personal and collective improvement, understanding that challenges are a natural part of the journey. 7. Legacy and impact. The unveiling of the plaque in Emily's honor signifies the lasting impact of her work. Her dedication not only transformed the garden, but also created a legacy that inspired others and enriched the community. This highlights the significance of our actions and their potential to leave a lasting imprint on the world. In considering our own legacies, we should reflect on how our actions contribute to the broader fabric of society. Each act of kindness, every effort toward improvement, and each moment of dedication can shape the future in meaningful ways. Like Emily, we can create a legacy that positively influences others and contributes to the greater good. Conclusion: the story of the neglected garden and its revival offers a rich tapestry of lessons about resilience, care, community, and legacy. By embracing forgotten aspects of our lives and surroundings, dedicating ourselves to meaningful work, collaborating with others, and persisting through challenges, we can create profound change and find fulfillment. The beauty of renewal and the impact of our efforts remind us that even the most neglected places, or parts of ourselves, hold the potential for transformation. As we move forward, let us remember these lessons and apply them to our own lives, ensuring that we contribute positively to the world around us and leave a legacy, care, and renewal.